So for today's video, we're gonna be jumping right into frieren, mainly because today starts a new arc. That's what I'm like, that's what I want to review, even though it's literally in the middle of season two. But I'm watching this episode. Before I talk about what it was mainly about, um, I first want to talk about the things that jumped out in my head while I was watching it. So the first was, um, it felt while watching this episode, it really felt like they were trying to humanize the just the first class mages. Um, First instance I got this from was when we were following our main guy around, our main character in this episode, the very robotic, agnostic guy. We see him, easily kill off a demon, and then the one thing that ticked me off about this was that, as he's looking around, he says, "Oh, I finally understand why Shirin personally asked for me. Like she personally picked me for this demon thing." And we find out that it was his hometown. So So she purposefully sent him to his hometown, and then he's like, "Oh, I don't really care." Like, it was a funny joke that she thinks, like, it's funny that she thinks, like, I have any attachment. So, he's very unemotional. And then the thing that set off the bell for me was that, so he found a very injured man. We assumed as the audience, we assumed this guy is is just a civilian. So, you know, obviously the Gideon, or I forgot his name, but he, takes the man up to the thing, church to get healed. And then as he's like, walking, like he's talking, it's noticeable that the guy is dying. And, once you get to the church, um, the other first class mate is like, "Oh, don't hurry up, I can zoom up." And the guy like, "Oh, don't worry," um, like very logical. He's like, "Oh, don't worry, um, he's dead anyways." Like when I picked him up, he was gonna die, but he like still believed, he still clung to me. And then we come to find out that he wasn't an ordinary civilian. Well, he was, but he was. Turns out that he was the childhood friend of the first mate that was carrying him, and he like just mentioned that he was like, "Oh yeah, it was he was my childhood friend." Or he didn't even use the term childhood friend. He was like, "Oh yeah, it was a child of a baker that used to, eat from that bakery." So they didn't even use that term, but yeah, I felt like there's probably obviously more examples, but those are the ones mm, that popped up. Um, the second thing I want to bring up was that, for this, I'm going to jump towards the end of the episode. Um, when they actually, the group deduces who actually devastated the village, because at this moment, this time in the episode, they still believe like it was just some random demons. And then after some like talking it out between themselves of like how the attacks are, they deduced, they had this like Sherlock Holmes moment, which uh, I kind of laughed at myself while watching the episode. They deduced it was not only a powerful mage, but like a warrior too. And they were able to deduce that it wasn't any ordinary um, swordsman or whatever. It was like a quadruple four-armed person that they were able to deduce. So that was, interesting. That was very interesting to see them deduce that. And then the third and final thing was that when the guy Gurage or whatever the guy, once he finds out that it's this quadruple armed person, he obviously doesn't say anything, but I feel like if you watch the episode, it's very apparent that he like he knows who they're talking about. So I wonder if like in the future episode, maybe next episode, they'll actually like say what happened, like how come this first class mate is so familiar with this quadruple demon or whatever. But yeah, those are like the top three things I wanted to um go over in this episode. But yeah, I guess that overall I think it was a very cool episode if you watched it. Like I said, the only reason I know I am is in the middle of season two, but I felt like I was kind of obligated since it was like entering this battle arc, and like my whole thing is like actiony stuff, and plus like I don't like I don't have I have no idea what happened in the manga, so this is all brand new to me. Um, I guess since it is at the end of the video, one thing that I did kind of find funny was that when frieren, she kind of found out that like for the for the rest of her time here, because like because in her mind she was called to the Northern Plateau to exterminate demons. When she got there, there was no demons, and then it was kind of deduced that like, oh yeah, frieren, we do still need you guys here because we do have to kill these very top level demon lord level strength demons, and then we kind of get a shot of like Friedrin is like kind of smiling of like, oh no, we have to stay here. It seems like we have to stay here. So I just thought that was a little funny throwaway, but yeah, that's kind of it, and uh, probably make another one for next episode. But for now, thank you, man, to here. Please leave a like, subscribe, and see you next time. Bye.